like to be sensitive about it. It's not even worth like if I think of something and I'm like it's not even worth the argument, that I will never argue about it. You know, it takes a lot for me to want to argue about something dumb.
I'm a level 10 counselor.
All right, restarting this. Gonna do this. Gonna announce this too. Oh shit! Is my? It's not even worth.
I can just return to the Ebon Hawk, can't I?
Why is my voice sound lighter? Oh, I probably just messed it up. Stream announcement for this one will be up. All right, and we should be good to start our stream for the being here.
You got lucky on Terrace. Sith attack saved you from.
Okay, guys, we're about to start here. Real quick, Adrian, can you talk real quick so I can hear in the stream if you can be heard?
1, 2, 3,
Good.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, give me a second here. Being here.
Why is he low for me?
Okay, don't know. Real quick, Adrian, can you talk real quick so I can hear?
Yeah, he's really so.
I have you at 140. Yeah, you're a little low.
I have 109. Why is he low for me?
Probably as the percentage on Discord or something.
I don't change that at all.
It would be a thing on like the end of the person receiving. Like I could change you to a 2 and just not hear you.
I'm double checking to see if it's my mixer. Because I can't hear Discord very. No, Discord's near max, bro. My ears are not that bad. I can hear everybody else fine, but okay. Whatever, we'll deal with it. If the audio's trash, we'll figure it out. I might have to boot you up to like 200% or something.
I'm at 190 now.
Here, talk real quick.
Ah!
That's much better.
That is much better, yes. 190 is fine.
Good enough?
Yes, sir. That is absolutely good enough. Okay, anyway. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jude, and welcome back to our One Piece D&D. This is our session number 4. To recap for everyone to remember what happened last time, we just escaped Takin, whatever the hell I called it at the time. It's dead now, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. Keck W. It's sad, but you know, it is what it is. Not much we could do about it. If everyone was paying attention last time, the reasoning for it was because the person who was actually controlling the island, or making the creation of the island, was rescued from the crystal that we pretty much had there. He was saved by us, and his name is Xavier. And basically the rest of the island is it's gone. Everything that was built on it has been destroyed, and the value of everything that was there has just been, you know, destroyed into the sea. So we last left off with our heroes on their way towards the next island today, which both my navigation skills and Aquatics' navigation skills have given us an easier time making it towards the next island. But before that, we're gonna do a bit of role play ahead of time to kind of just get everyone associated in here, to, you know, reestablish some things. So real quick, we're still on day 1 out at sea. I'm just gonna go ahead and reintroduce everyone in here again. I didn't get a chance to show everyone actually all of our new designs. Everyone saw that we had new looks, like partially, but it's, you know, very tiny comparatively. So first off, before I do that, I forgot to do one thing because I had to work today, so I did not think about doing this ahead of time, so that is honestly my bad, but hey, it is what it is. It took me a little bit to kind of get it going, so let me get this real quick on the map so everyone can see this, and then I will get everything set and ready for everyone here. But otherwise, how is everybody doing today before we do our actual session?
Honestly, for me,
Pretty good.
Been a pretty. Nah, it hasn't been that bad. Good of a day. My jaw's been really killing me the past couple days.
Is that the wisdom teeth stuff still happening for you?
I don't know. It's just every couple days it'll just hurt really badly.
Mm. It sounds like
I've
it
gone
could
through
just be
like
that.
I've just gone through two. Every time I drink something cold, it really stings. It's like they're oversensitive now.
Yeah, your enamel's starting to break off a little bit there. So that's what it sounds like, at least to me.
Sounds
But
like a trip to the
I
vet
have.
may-
Yeah, I can't do that. I don't have the funds for that. But I have taken some ibuprofen before the session, so it shouldn't hurt
As much.
as much. If not, I'll just
Okay.
I
knock
recommend you
myself out.
going to I recommend you getting this little ointment cream that's for like numbing the teeth. They sell it at Walgreens. I had to use it at some point, and it really
Yeah,
helps.
I think my brother ended up using that because of the fact one of his teeth ended up getting damaged because of the toothbrush that he had gotten for Christmas was like too hard, essentially. Like it was too strong of a bristle strength, so it ended up damaging his teeth rather.
I'm
Uh,
thinking like something with. But if it were that, then both sides would hurt, wouldn't they?
Not necessarily.
Uh, okay.
Teeth things. I should ask my uncle. He's a dentist. Maybe he'll know. Oh yeah, I need to grab a few
Good
things
joke,
here real
Taylor.
quick. Okay, guys. So
But I am excited for today.
recap for the viewers once again. I think everyone's starting to come in now that I've announced it. So for the people, our last session left off of us escaping an island called Takin something. I forgot the last part of it. I think it actually was Tak and then Keen, but it was meant to be an island that I wrote off. It's been destroyed because we rescued a prince who was in control of it. He is actually a Devil Fruit user. We haven't really talked much about him yet because he's taking time to himself as we sail towards our next destination. So we are currently briefing here with everyone on the deck. So first, I want to basically give everyone a visual of what everyone looks like properly, so we all understand how it looks like. So for everyone who's going to be in here today for the session, I would like you guys to describe your characters. I'm going to show everyone on screen how they look like, and then I want you to tell me how they are visually. So from top to bottom, we'll start with Aaron. I'm going to bring this up so you guys can see how he looks like.
I'm just gonna bring a big old picture of him up.
Pretty much the best way to do it is this little photo of him sitting in the prairie. I'm gonna grab some music while you do that, while you introduce yourself, okay?
Alright. You just want me to just basically introduce my character? Is that what we're doing?
So you have a redesign that wasn't like the old one. You have a much cleaner look. It's different. So tell him what your character is and design wise, why you made him like he is.
Okay. So for the redesign, I kind of wanted kind of a more serious look to him because when I first had him, I didn't really play him that well. I think with the redesign and how I'm going with him now, I think they're working hand in hand. Uh, he's a Shandian. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
What's it? Serenity is what we call my home island.
Where you were basically born, yeah. Or
Born
not
raised on the
born,
island.
not
Oh,
born. I mean,
born
sorry.
raised.
In quotation, born and raised. Yeah, there you go.
Raised on the island. His first job was a bounty hunter. But after joining the Captain June, he decided to take a life on the seas, which was more adventurous in his eyes. He is about, I want to say he's about my height. He's 6'2". Not my weight, obviously. But he's got brown hair. He's got a burn scar on the side of his face from a fight that our group had, where he had, what was it like? We were fighting a blacksmith and he threw fire onto me.
Yeah.
I was offered to, we could have just, retconned that, but I actually kind of enjoyed the thought of having, a battle scar on him. He's going to be our marksman. Once he gets a decent rifle, he'll be more of a sniper. He'll take out the ranged.
Ranged
what else?
opponents.
Yeah, he'll be. The way I want him to go, and I hope he's going, is that he's very loyal to the captain. He wants, captain to know, like, if he needs him, he'll be there.
He
He won't
appreciates
miss a
that.
shot. He won't miss a shot. Most of the time, if somebody doesn't blow wind.
Okay, look, I need to focus better on my shots. Okay, that's my bad. I fucked up bad on those, but hey, at least they were funny for comedy, so it was a good way to do it.
It was.
Okay. Next redesign is our friend Nilt. So Nilt, you want to tell the group what exactly why you chose your design for your character with your new stuff?
It's basically an update and more of a redefine, more like a refining of what I had before. Basically, just to enforce the idea that he's a chef, give him chef-like clothing, and then gave him the pockets to the satchel, basically for when the idea that I've done it multiple times where I just had some spices or things like that have been a little helpful, and just sort of round it out. And I guess give him a better and just having him look better was a lot nicer. The pose with nice demeanor is also a plus. Adds to his character. And then just and I like the red accents from the old one, the one that had the red sash. I thought they looked really nice with the whole thing. I think that it's especially like the unbuttoned parts and the strong arms basically shows his strength. And you see the chef clothes obviously makes it clear, and his demeanor shows a bit of a nice guy. He's a person who's a protector, a nice guy, and a cook with a little bit. Was it basically like a little bit of a utility belt almost for just cooking.
Yep. And just so everyone knows that he is actually a fishman eel, and he's a muscle man. Both Aaron and Nilt are just probably about the same height, only because they're relatively bigger in stature. So their characters are on the higher end in height-wise. One of our players is not here today, so I'll give a quick description of her. The best way to describe her is if you've ever watched okay, let me see here. Let me turn them up a little bit, guys. The best way I could describe this character, Siri, is if any of you are familiar with Steven Universe, her design is based off of Connie. So for her design, we've changed it up to where she's actually wearing something that's not just her basic robe that we originally gave her for the design. We had all of these commissioned by somebody. I'll put the link in the description to who they are, but their name is like Lance Art on Fiverr. He did a great job. He charges like a very, very, very generous price for what he does. But Siri wears a blue robe with a white gi inside and a beige pants. And she is a hand-to-hand combat fighter, Devil Fruit user, as you guys could kind of tell from the last session. She was using a lot of cloud-based attacks. So she's actually a Devil Fruit user. It is a Logia type. Her personality pretty much kind of adds it into what Luffy would be, but smarter, just by a little more. In that case, like in his early days, if anyone's watched One Piece. So that is Siri. And last but not least is my redesign, which is from, like, it was an old one to what I have now, which is basically my photo shoot poses. I thought it would be easier to do a character with a sword if I already am using a sword in real life. So you guys have seen me hold this before, and to those on stream, you're looking at this right now. It's a blue sheathed katana, and this was a antique that my stepdad used to hold because he was into Buddhism and Shintoism back then. But then he left it behind, and I kept it to myself. So I use this as like my prop with my actual dragon jacket because it's part of my character's redesign, so that he's updated. There's a lot of things here that I haven't revealed to the players yet. The reason why we actually look like we're a bit different nowadays. There's more to it than what we have here, rather than just a basic redesign. I have a lot of things planned for our players, so hopefully for all of those who are watching and listening to our games, we appreciate your support. I always come back, and I also watch my own VODs because it's fun to see these type of things. So hopefully this next session, this is our second island officially, and I've written more than what I did for the old one. So there's more to this. There's more things that players are gonna have to figure out some puzzles, characters, and understand where they come from, and also moral reasoning. So it's gonna be important for you guys to understand why we do certain things. So we're not gonna be getting into anything too deep. Reintroductions to our other characters will be happening when we have all of our other players in here. But otherwise, today we are going to start role-playing this a little bit here. So, setting up the scene. This is day one, heading towards the next island called Zekalum. Everybody is in tension. So, pretty much everyone's back on deck. And we are all here, just hanging out a little bit because somebody has called a meeting to talk about what we're going to do once we make it to Zekalum. The prince, as you all were introduced to last time, Mr. Xavier, is out here if you're ready to talk to him, if you want to ask him anything about his island or how he feels. So feel free, please, for like the next 10 minutes to talk to one another and talk in character.
Oh man. It's so good to be back on a ship, you know?
Ah, sure.
Yeah, it's great to be out in the sea again.
So are we?
What's up?
I'm guessing we're heading towards the Prince's Island.
Yeah, it's Zekalum, is what he says.
Well,
So, Xavier, are you from Zekalum or are you from somewhere else?
He says, I am the Prince of Zekalum. Well, I would believe former now. As I remember telling everyone yesterday, I was apparently gone for 3 years. Honestly, I'm kind of disheartened about this. It still hasn't really taken in. I haven't been able to take it in properly. It feels odd.
I mean, you haven't been
think it'd be
home for
gone.
3 years.
Well, and on top of that, the news of my brother being, killed. I can't. The fact that I've been asleep for 3 years. Can you imagine what it's been like? And I'm heading back home.
Either it'll be all burned down or it's going to be a bustling city. One of the two.
Well, there's always middle ground. It could be.
A burning, bustling city?
I was going to say that rather than completely desolate, it would just be a place where it's like people don't really want to live there.
But they can't get anything better?
Yeah.
Or maybe it could just be the same, different rulers.
Unfortunately, as far as my information goes, I don't have much beyond a few years ago when the young prince actually disappeared.
So you're
anything
telling
more.
me there hasn't been any data since his disappearance? June says.
I haven't received any news since, but to be entirely fair, I don't always keep up to date on everything. Every other noble and/or royal family is doing. So it'd probably be better to ask one of the prince's attendants if about the current situation there, as I imagine they'd know more than I would.
Well, Cassandra, do you have anything to say? As I say towards her, she replies, well, to be honest, we can't say very much about this. This isn't our area to give information with. You guys have the option to roll either some sort of charismatic roll, so report, empathy, or provoke. Really up to you guys if you want to do that, if anyone does, or if they already have a passing roll. Okay. So who said, okay, so Nilt, yours passes. Oh, yours definitely passes for empathy. Either one of you can ask Cassandra what you want to say.
Well, I imagine was it, how close is the main city to the port?
The main city is the port. As you see, hold on. Come on, all of you come over here real quick. I have a map for you to all look at.
I like looking at maps.
So it's just a port kingdom.
This is the current kingdom's iteration. The northwestern part sank into the sea a little more after a issue with the war, but the majority of it looks like they started building land in the water.
That doesn't like it'll be safe.
Well,
I imagine. Do they have a place I could send a letter here?
of course they have a post office.
Does it send off island, or is it only in island?
If you need mail to be sent off now, we can always get the delivery bird. They come in right around 2 hours after the sun is in the sky, so we should be all right.
All right. Then.
Anyway, before I continue this, you have to understand the reason why we're not allowed to talk about this is our boss is very particular about the reasoning to why we can't describe what's going on in the kingdom. Our only assignment was to just rescue him and bring him back, but that's all he wanted us to do.
So a less intrusive method, I'm guessing?
Clyde steps in and says, not necessarily. It's just that there's reasons for everything, as he would say, and to be quite frank with you, we were only sent here to take care of keeping you guys safe, while also taking care of the prince.
Well, hopefully your home island didn't meet anywhere close to the same fate as my home.
Xavier says, I appreciate that. You're a fishman, right?
Yes, I'm a squid fishman.
He looks at you in detail. I've never seen one like you before. Huh.
Yeah, my people have been gone for a few years now.
Did you ever come from the East Blue, West Blue, or are you from underwater of one of those seas?
The East Blue.
I should probably look in the library for that, in the history library. My country is known for lots of technology and different ideas and history. Technically, I'm not supposed to talk about that, but who knows what's happened in the last few years.
Did you say library?
Yes. We document many things from all over the Grand Line, and even from the East, West, North, and South Blue. In fact, we had a connection with, if you've ever heard of them before, Germa 66.
Oh. Well, that's it's quite the
How
connection.
did you do that?
I'm sorry?
How did you manage to do that?
Oh, we had a bit of a interesting fight.
Well, I most definitely want to check that library out.
Well, you'll need some clearance to get to that area of the library at the least, so I'll come with you to lead you guys towards it, and then I'll probably need to do something else right after, so I can figure out what's going on at home.
I would appreciate it.
Most you're welcome. Anyway, do any of you understand or know the story of the god fruits? The god fruits?
I can't say I've heard that one before.
From what the cloaked guy told us.
Well, the god fruits. Well, I don't bear one, but we bear one on the island. I don't know if it's been compromised, and the only people I can trust right now are you, since you rescued me and, well, you took care of whatever had to be done at that island. I appreciate all of you very much.
You know, you just told that to a bunch of pirates, right?
Well, there's not much help
Well-
I can have left.
If we're classified by the Marines, quote unquote, pirates.
Well, the Revolutionary Army isn't exactly friends of the Marines either.
No, that's true.
Like I said, I don't have many people to trust at the moment.
Yeah,
He-
take what you get.
I'll
Not
take what
many
I can
options
get.
out here.
No, especially after 3 years. I don't even know if any of my friends are still alive, so... Anyway, let me tell you all about the god fruits. The god fruits are protected on specific islands in the Grand Line. Mine was one of them, which is why we have a connection with Germa 66. They don't want us using this fruit. This fruit is... well...
They probably want to use
Destructive.
fruit themselves.
Well, they are more of a technological culture, but they tend not to do anything crazy with it. We have the technology that matches theirs, but they don't want us using it. So in order to us to keep things in straight, we've decided to keep a certain part of the island hidden, which is where they keep the fruit. The god fruits are more than just a regular devil fruit. They are devil fruits. But if you all understand what zone type devil fruits are, then you would understand what this would be. He starts looking down
Oh.
in concern. We bear a fruit that has the power of of cataclysm, capable of destroying islands. Even though you may see mine as a creation of land and sea, I can only focus for so long to do so. And to be honest, I don't even know how I was able to make that island that you all were walking on before.
Say that the devil fruit you guys have basically the opposite of yours. You create, it destroys.
In a way, that fruit is more of a zone type of fruit. Mine is more paramecian. Do all of you understand the different types of devil fruits?
One is creature based, more so. One is more, I guess,
Elemental.
Mm-hmm. So the three types, do you know?
I forgot the third type. I think it had something to do with
There's Paramecian, Novia, Zoran.
That is correct, Zod. The three types of devil fruits are the Paramecian, the Zone, and the Logia. Your friend here, with the Cloud powers, she's a Logia. Most regular moves would be unable to hurt her, but if I were to hit her with one of my elementals, it would affect her. He puts his hand up and cuffs it, creating a rock-type glove. Logias will only allow people to touch them if they do so. However, if you wish to hit people with this, you see him look right at his fist. As he cuffs it with the stone turns shiny black. You have to use Haki. He lets go of his hand and the stones crumble down from his hand. Just like that. You all understand what Haki is?
I've only heard of it.
A bitch.
I look at him. I've only been taught a little bit by my father, but I was never able to concentrate when I was younger. But to explain it to all of you guys, Haki is basically concentration. The best way to describe it without having to get into it, though. There are 3 different types of Haki. The only Haki that I'm able to understand is the one that he just did. It's called Ornament Haki. You focus everything into what you're going to channel through, which then can cause either the part you choose to be black, like a sheathing of coat that's as hard as metal, but can go right through somebody if you were to use it. So let me see if my character can try to, because he has a bit of practice in Haki, but he's not very good, so it's all about roll will. No. So you see me try to attempt to do a Haki focus on my blade, and as I try to do so, you can kind of see a small shift of black at the hilt. It temporarily turns a little black, and then it goes right back in. As I say that,
would you say it's harder to use it on a weapon than of your body?
well, the Haki really does depend. Yes, I agree. As he says, it depends on the user. My dad was a master of using Ornament Haki and Observation Haki. He was very strong, and in times where he wanted to show off, because I was beating him a few times, he decided to use it on me. So I'll say that I had a personal lesson with that. Xavier exclaims. So, as you understand, Ornament is the power to harden your body and coat it with the will of your own willpower. The next one is Observation Haki. This allows you to see the moves as if it was a future sight. The next attack or next movement of your opponent. There are very advanced forms of these Hakis. But the one last one that we do not want to deal with would be Conqueror's Haki.
I swear I've used that with Observation. I swear I've used that once.
I look
Remember
at
one of
Aaron
our
and-
battles. One of our battles. I don't remember who we were up against. I don't know.
Did
Just
you use it
before we
on
went-
that guy on your island?
I think so.
Hmm.
I remember briefly seeing kind of like a warning, like a premonition of an attack.
Oh.
But we were in battle, and I couldn't keep it.
Xavier looks at all of you. You all have the potential to train a Haki of some way. You will not find out until you practice it. But for now, I just want to warn all of you is once we get to this island, I'm pretty sure the Marines are still in control of the laws there. So for anyone who is seen as a pirate, I would recommend to wear some sort of disguise or cloak so we don't get into any trouble.
Way ahead of you.
Nope. Do we have are there cloaks and like hoods on this ship?
I tell him, I'm pretty sure we have a change of clothes that we could probably use.
Yeah, but some of those have facial features that, kind of give us away.
Oh,
And
you'll
there's
be
no-
fine. Let's just put some dirt on it. You'll be okay.
Dirt in your eye.
He's a fishman. He stands out a bit.
Yeah.
I have a burn scar. I stand out.
Yeah, that you do.
But
That
I stand above.
Just take the captain over. We could just take off his glasses. He's a whole different person.
Okay, look, I can't see without my glasses. You already know this.
Yes, he's a whole different person. He's a blind person.
Exactly. Couldn't be. He would totally pass under the radar.
Yeah.
Can't be a
and-
pirate. He can't be.
yes, I'd be a blind man walking around with a sword cane. That's pretty much what I'd be like, guys. I'd rather not.
Just saying.
Cassandra
Like that one
says.
admiral.
I think I need a bigger cloak.
Cassandra says, "Oh, we have plenty. Just go ahead and dig on below deck. And grab one from there."
All right.
Okay.
I should be all right. I'm not.
You guys should
Wanted.
be fine. You're not
That's not.
wanted like us.
Well, that's not the problem for you, Aquatics. We're heading to a desert island. I don't think you can. The fishermen can handle that much heat for that long. You should probably grab one too, just in case.
Okay.
That's a good point.
also make sure to keep a water skin on you.
Already on it.
Make sure you moisturize with water, not seawater. Water. I look at Aaron. Don't you dare drink that again.
I haven't done that in a while. What are you talking about?
I really
Wait,
hope.
you're telling me you drank seawater?
Because the only thing that was around for me to drink at that time.
That is
We-
a terrible idea.
We were marooned.
Nobody said I was smart when we first started out, okay?
And no
Anyway.
one's saying it now.
Screw you, Nilt.
Anyway, Nelt, I'm hungry. What's for lunch?
It seems like I felt a bit making something a little bit more tea time. So I made us some raspberry tea and scones. Raspberry scones.
Raspberry's going. Ooh. Yummy.
I can only have one. I don't
That
want my
sounds
sugar to be
good.
too high. Make
I'll
a comment
just
about
make-
that.
I'll just take Captain's second one then. Whoop.
Of course. Well, after that, I guess it's time for training. Who wants to join me for some training today?
Well, I wouldn't mind a little scuffle.
You think you can handle me still, Nelt?
Captain, you're talking to the person you could suplex a T-Rex and cook it.
Oh, but why would you think I'll allow him to suplex me?
Because he's Nilt.
I don't think you get a say in the matter.
Hey, Nilt, Captain. He will suplex you in the next week.
Alright, whatever. Somebody call us the refs so then we can get this fight started.
Alright. Are we ready? Swordsman,
Ready.
are you ready?
I light up my blade.
Are you
Like
ready?
always.
I ready a stance. Make myself good.
Oh dear.
Relax, I'm
Somebody-
not touching the ship.
Don't burn the ship. Ready? 3. Go.
Alright, Nell, watch this. I run up with my sword. I have a 5. I have a. What's your. I have a 5 of a 5. I'm gonna just go ahead and use it that way. What did you want to do?
Alright.
Alright, so I
Right.
run up to you and you. How do you dodge my attack as I come in for a slash?
I go slightly to the side.
Okay, so I go right past you. Okay, your turn to do something.
All right then. Let's see about.
I'll make it a friendly little fighting song here. Sorry, give me a sec.
All right, I'm going to do a sweep.
You're sweeping my legs?
Yeah. Yeah, with my sweeping your legs with mine.
Okay. Alright. So I take a stress. Well, depending on what you're gonna do, what are you gonna do exactly?
I was basically trying to trip you on the ground.
Okay, so I just trip over. Whoa! Ah! Really? So I go over here, I'm right behind you. I slip over. Really, Nelt?
Always have to keep on your toes.
Okay.
Could be worse. He could have suplexed you.
He could have, he could have. So I look at him. Alright then, let me give this a shot. Alright, so basically I get back up and I jump into the air. I'm coming from the top and I swing down. Ha!
All right. Wait, I didn't.
What do you choose to do? Okay,
Oh, there it
so
goes.
you match.
A clash.
Yep. So, our blade and your trident, as I come right down, hit to go for a block, you go ahead and we clash and we're holding it.
That's a
Ooh,
bit better.
you still got it there. Huh. I jump backwards, away from you, back onto my feet. I look at you, you still got it then, don't you?
Of course.
That's why we keep you around, not only for your cooking, but for your combat style.
It's all the basics.
All right, Nilt.
Let's see. Roll. Let's try something new. And oh yeah, I had to. Actually, I should have rolled I was trying to roll the Fishman Karate, but
Oh, did you already write it down in your stunts?
yeah, I forgot to roll that. I rolled the Will, which technically is what it was supposed
You're
to roll.
fine. Yeah, you're fine. So what are you gonna do with it? So I can figure out what I can do against it.
It's a general spray to sort of basically impact you.
A spray of water? Okay, so describe me the attack, how you're gonna do it.
Basically, he fans out his hand in front of him at you, putting a spray of water.
Of water? Okay.
Yeah, it's like a foot and a half wide of water.
Okay, so encounter. He rolls a heated cyclone, which flames begin to surround him. He puts his hand out, he focuses his hand, artist style. Heated cyclone. And a flame spins around him, which catches all the water you have, which creates steam. So now, we both can't even see each other at the moment.
All right then. I'm going to jump above the steam.
Okay. but I'm in the steam, so you still can't see me. We were both in
Yeah,
it to the point where we
I
can't
sti-
see each other.
I'm jumping above and behind the steam cloud.
Okay, so you're gonna be outside of the steam?
Yeah.
Okay. Focusing. Come on, come on! Damn it. He tries to focus for his newest style attack. Yao Yan style. And as he tries to create the wind current, it starts to get out of control in his hands and it just disperses the steam around him. Well, that was not how I intended to use that. I look back at Nil and put the blade back in front of me. And we both messed up our new move, didn't we?
Yeah. Still trying to get used to it.
Well, just remember this. All about focus. So my dad always told me. What are you gonna do?
Alright then. Let's see about...
Okay.
This time, I'm throwing it at the floor.
The floor? Into the ship?
No, no, no. Like a pool of water at your feet, basically.
Oh, okay.
He wants to slip you.
To slip me. Okay. Well.
And
Yep. Alright, well I can't move.
and this time, I'm going for the grab.
Jesus Christ.
It's time to get your hug.
Not this time, Nilt! Ah! Just because you can touch me doesn't mean you're gonna be able to do so! As you're hugging him, his body begins to heat up into a fiery body form.
Let's see if I can do this.
Oh dear.
I don't make it.
No, you don't. You get for an attack here. I break out of your grip. Oof. And I come back down out of that. I'm like, I was watching you fight aquatics and all those things, and I knew for sure I had to be careful of you trying to grab me. I won't let you do that, Nilt.
For now. Let's see. I think I would. What was it? Yeah, I can just match your sword. Your sword.
No, that was me escaping. That's what the fight
Oh,
was.
okay.
Yeah. So you can do what you want to do next. I got out of my flame body form because it uses my stamina, and I don't like using it. I matched that. I'm actually one up you already on the fight. So tell me how you attack me, and I'll tell you how I counter.
All right. I try for a jab at your sword.
Okay, and I deflect with my katana with a movement. And as I slide my blade against the actual pole, I run up and go, "Hee!" And I disarm you.
Well. Don't have it. Looks like I lost my weapon.
Sure did. But hey, you did a good job. as I point my sword to his neck. You still got it though, Nilt. But more practice would always make us stronger. I sheath my blade and I put my hand out to shake. Good job.
But you're still getting away from the hug.
Okay.
I dare say Captain still has.
Appreciate it, Aaron. I try to keep it up at least.
Yeah.
You should, if you ever get a chance, Nilt, you should try fighting Siri. He's gotten much tougher when we last remember. Alright. So, does anyone want to talk to anyone specifically before day 1 ends here?
The scone is really good.
He's still eating the scone. Nothing? Okay. Alright, so
What
I'm
is
gonna...
scone?
What's a scone?
Imagine a sweet version of a biscuit.
You know what that is?
Sounds. Yeah.
There's still some. Hopefully Aaron didn't eat all of them yet.
No,
Let me get one of these.
I'm only on the second one.
As I grab it
I mean,
and I go to, I'm trying to eat it. But since I have a mask, I have to open a zipper underneath my mouth just to like shove it in there and close it real quick.
I mean, while the fight was going on, my character had grabbed some of the scones and was just ate them while the fight was going on, since people probably would have been paying attention to that.
I don't know if
This
you
is
need
really
to wear
good.
your mask right now, though, while we're on the ship.
And I question the mask.
Alright.
Why the mask, though?
But what can we question?
Anything.
Why the mask?
To hide my face.
Are you ugly under there?
Can you repeat that?
Are you ugly underneath it?
Not exactly. Let's just say somebody's looking for me and I'm trying to hide my face.
Understandable. No problem there.
Are you wanted?
Yes.
Yeah, great.
But even if you saw my poster, you would not know who I am.
Okay. Well, you know how it feels like to be chased? We got you covered.
Especially know how it feels when an island gets overtaken by something or destroyed.
No, I know that one.
It always seems to happen to people out in the seas.
Yeah, because the Marines are shit at their jobs.
I agree.
Tell me about it.
I didn't care about my island.
If I told my dad that he did his job like a shitty way, he'd be really mad at me.
You know, I think that's funny. The Marines didn't care two craps about what happened to my island, but the moment we fought for it, that's when they had the problem.
So
Yeah.
just to clarify, my investigate role is to see if I can flip through my wanted posters and see if any of them even remotely match Zog's description.
No.
I would have to be
So,
like a...
at that part, I'm pretty much just going to be like, well, I got nothing.
All I can tell you about the wanted poster is, I guess it hasn't been updated.
Huh.
Can't be updated if they don't know what you look like now.
It's even
Exactly.
under the radar.
How long
Like
have you
a
been under the radar?
spy. My dumbass
Well-
character.
Like a spy, yeah, I guess so. But it's all thanks to the Revolutionary Army. They're the ones who helped me.
Oh.
Ah,
Well, so long as it wasn't anything too serious, I don't see a problem.
I guess it's not too dissimilar from how the Sun Pirates helped me in my situation.
I guess so.
So are you a spy? My character says it to you.
Captain, do you have a thing for spies?
Oh, come
He's
on.
gonna-
My dad told me about spies out there who are like, who never get caught. Come on, don't you think that's cool?
I mean,
It's
if
might interesting, but
God
never-
has a
never met one that I know of.
there's a Warner poster out there. Does that mean that they've been caught before?
Or maybe he decided to change identities without them knowing.
What's
Or
it?
they-
Captain's got a spy kink.
Hey, listen. We had ninjas at home. Ninjas at home, or like this, like the ghetto ass like ninjas at home is what you think of when you think about it. It's like the basic ass one. It's like really bad at sneaking around.
We have ninjas at home.
Ninjas at home.
Mom, can we have ninjas? We have ninjas at home. Ninjas at home.
To answer your question, no, I'm not a spy, but I do know somebody that is a spy.
Ooh.
That makes you feel better.
It's cool to know. I've always wanted to fight one.
Well,
I don't think
usually-
they very much care for spy.
usually they'd have to. Usually, I imagine they would be putting themselves in a situation where it's hard for you to fight.
That or Captain's already fought one. He just doesn't know it.
Well, I remember
'Cause
as
they
a
are-
kid in the Snail TV that there was a spy show.
Huh.
Hmm.
It was my favorite growing up. But he was like from one of those desert islands that I've never seen before. So I'm actually kind of excited to go to this one. Maybe there's one there.
Maybe.
You never know. Anyway, I hope this letter I hope this letter gets my Senate goes off safely.
Cassandra whistles a delivery bird as it flies down. She says, just put it in its pouch and give it the fee, and then it'll be on its way.
All right.
Takes your letter, and it flies off.
Cassandra,
Yes, Sod.
would you happen to know where Eva is?
I wondered when you were gonna ask me. Well, Eva-chan is currently working with you-know-who back on you-know-where. She winks.
Ah, okay. So, he's busy.
More or less. They're preparing for something. We haven't been told what it is yet, though.
I don't like being kept in the dark.
Clyde looks
Well,
over
I
her and
hope,
shivers.
I get to see him soon. I really want to get this over with.
Oh,
Are they,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, are they anywhere on the Grand Line?
oh no. They're far away from here. I don't think you guys would survive wherever their actual base is.
No, I was just saying, if they were anywhere near, we could help look. I guess.
Oh, we're not supposed to give the location of our base, so of course we're not going to
Look.
tell you.
Just extending a hand to help if you needed it.
We appreciate it. let's just focus on the task at hand and help the prince get back home. At least for now.
Hi.
And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call it in, guys. I'm tired after that training.
I'll keep an eye out.
You got first watch?
Yeah.
All right.
Also, I really want to think back on that. See if I can't
All right.
re-trigger what happened that fight made me.
Trigger or what?
Basically, he's just gonna work on the mantra.
Okay. John, roll 3d20s for me, please.
Oh dear God.
Well, my quandary is, for instance, like, if there's ever a gathering at dinner, I would like to briefly have a bit where it's like, maybe if people can pass both a will and a notice check, they might be able to make out Drashi's face. Like, they might be able to get us look at him. But
Okay.
I will roll.
And do the 3d20s, and then we'll do that. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yep.
What do we roll?
Will and notice.
Both or just either?
Both.
Both.
Okay.
Okay. I guess so.
So first you let him roll this, and then I'll tell you. Oh, that's fine. Oh no. Oh no, John! That is not how we should start this. Fuck's sake!
These are not looking good. These are not looking good at all.
I guess violence have turned.
Jesus.
God! Jesus Christ!
Oh no.
Did we
Can
figure out
tie
how?
him to the mast of the ship?
Did we figure out how we're doing this? Is one like the worst?
Oh my God! Oh no! I'm barely
Dude.
awake for this. This is so
I'm
bad.
the only one that actually rolled good.
All right, John,
So,
you're taking over for the storytelling here for this.
okay, so I'm going to assume that since in the previous session I had asked Note about potentially making pizza, I'm going to say that on the first night that we had pizza, that Note managed to make. And so because we're having pizza, and my character is very fond of pizza, he would have sat down to eat it with essentially everyone. And the role for Will and Notice is that as he removes his mask, you, like anyone who's curious enough to take a glance at him, needs to roll Will to see if they end up terrified of him to the point to where it's like they look away very quickly, and Notice is just if you can actually make out his face because he's still wearing the hood. So
Yeah, mine's probably. I didn't notice anything, so I don't.
Oh, so do I need
but
to roll
it's like a
notice
zero,
as
and
well?
Fair is like.
yeah, you
I'd
need to roll
probably,
Will and Notice. So
Okay.
I rolled a 3 and a 4. Do I see anything?
So Zod is the only one that actually gets to make this out. Aaron would be able to make it out on the notice, but fails on the will. June fails terribly on both. He
Yep.
is busy doing something else.
stuffing his face.
Yeah.
Hey man, peace is good.
I'm guessing
Note-
from mine was like a quick glance kind of deal, like a.
So essentially, for anyone who didn't quite make it out, and I'll say that Aaron's character and Nilt both get to slightly make it out because Nilt doesn't exactly clearly see him, but I'm going to assume that Nilt was further away and thus had a lower will check. So people who were closer to him would have needed to do a 3 for will, but a 2 for notice, and if people further away would do a
God.
2 for will, but a 3 for notice. That's what
I was
the
right in front
difficulty-
of you.
Basically.
So for
What do I see?
but okay, so Zod, what Zod sees is he's able to make out slight mink-like features. Like for instance, you could have sworn that the hair that you'd seen on him, because he's primarily human. Like for all intents and purposes, you swear that looking at him, he looks just like a human, with several differences. One being, you can swear that you don't see like past his hood a bit. You don't quite see normal ears. You think you see fox ears. Two, his canines are a bit bigger than normal people's, and his our teeth are just a little bit sharper. So even if that also plays into the whole menacing bit, is sharp teeth tend to scare people. Now Milt and Aaron only can make out the fact that he looks primarily human, and that he has, like, you notice a scar on his face. It looks like a slash scar from a blade. And that's pretty much it that you get. You can Zod's able to notice that the color of his eyes actually seem to fluctuate a bit. Like they're mostly red, but sometimes they seem to glean a bit of a blue. It's a bit weird. But yeah, anyone who just straight up failed, like for instance, I'm just going to say that since June rolled terribly on both, he was just not paying attention at all. The other way of rolling it is June actually looked at him and became absolutely terrified by his presence.
Well, we
I'm
had a
just going to say,
convo.
yeah, so I'm
So
just going to say that you just weren't paying attention at all.
yeah.
And as I said, Milt rolled the will fine. He just was too far away to make anything out.
So that's night one.
Yeah. As far as what would actually occur in the night, if anyone is out and about during the night and they happen to run into my character, you would notice an increased sense in hostility, especially if it's anyone with a bounty would notice an immediate higher sense of hostility. Anyone without a bounty would just notice that my character is potentially even more distant than normal. And if you try to interact with them, he's either going to ignore you for the time being, or just seem annoyed while he stands there and wait for you to finish.
Well, Aaron is on first watch for date one night, so he's probably in the crow's nest hanging out. I don't know what he wants to do.
Well, if he's just in the crow's nest, he should be fine. My character's not going to go up to the crow's nest. My character's just going to wander about. But if anyone, for instance, you said Aaron's going to be taking first watch. Who do you think would follow up as a second watch?
Day two is probably Clyde, because he's one of the people who takes care of that. So night number 2 is probably Clyde.
Okay, and since that's a 5, it's probably more that nothing really happened. Maybe if he had passed by me, since I haven't had any interactions with Clyde, he wouldn't really notice anything in particular, aside from maybe he gets the feeling that I appear to be smaller in the night. And then who's going to be on watch for day 3?
It's Cassandra.
Okay. So now I have had brief conversations with her, mostly with everyone else, but I will say that she definitely notices that there's something very different about him in the night, and maybe she tried to talk to him and he just ignored her at that time and was just like distant. I don't know how exactly you want to go with that, but
Okay, so
I'm
she would, I get, here's the way it would be, but the character that she's playing it off as, she kind of looks at you, notices you and like, why are you awake? Is pretty much just what she's gonna ask, because, you know, it's her watch. You're not gonna respond, right? You're not, no, you're not gonna say anything if she asks you that.
would briefly just say like taking a stroll and then continue on.
And then she's like, okay. But she does notice that you're like a little smaller, but doesn't, pays no mind to it because it's not her business.
Now, for quick clarification, my character is 8 feet tall. During the day, he appears to somewhat be like 10 feet tall. Like you get the feeling he's 10 feet tall. And then during the night, you feel like he's a bit shorter than 8 feet tall. But it's mostly illusion. His actual height is still just 8 feet. It's just he has the presence of either more than 8 during day or less than 8 during night to sort of coincide with his different personas.
Yeah, the thing about Cassandra's character is she's very carefree since she's working for the Revolutionary Army and has like no issues with everyone since she's like, oh, you've all cooperated with the whole operation without much issue, so, you know, do as you please.
Yeah,
I'm for sure my character is just tired just because of like the shenanigans of the island and consistent training.
my whole thing is that I was not expecting there to be 2 ones. I don't want to have to try to like immediately go into bounty hunting mode. Just it would be an ordeal.
Yeah.
Like we could certainly try to improv a bounty hunt fight where my just my persona maybe has a really bad day and tries to pick a fight with someone who de facto has a bounty. But I think we can save the fighting for later for the most part. It's just anyone who would have encountered him in the night would have like something very off about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Aaron, when he was up in the crow's nest, did notice you walk out, but then he sees like a big scary shadow down there. He probably didn't want to bother with that at least the first night.
Just look it down. No, I'm good. I'm good.
He's like,
I'm good.
no, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna stay up here.
he just sits
Start
in the crow's
scanning.
nest.
I'm just gonna not deal with that right now.
He had a flash. He had a flash of future vision. He's like, nope.
No. Monster kingpin. Nope. Not dealing with
That's how I
that.
get triggered
Actually,
again.
I actually really like that idea. So maybe, Aaron, if you want to, like, for instance, roll will to maybe try to further your development of your observation hockey, maybe you got like a bit of a sense of danger if you came down and interacted.
Yeah, with your
Like-
mantra.
Yeah, it might be able to.
Let me add
Yes.
2 to my notice. Add a 2 in there.
Yeah. You can either roll it or you can just use it.
Just click it.
Let me look at your sheet.
I don't have anything to click.
Where is mantra? Oh, I forgot to. It's
Forgot to set it as rollable.
So okay, it would be if this is notice. Your notice is currently at a 3, so technically it's a 5 if you're going to be concentrating mantra. But if you want to roll it, you just roll notice and add a +2 to whatever you get there.
If I click notice, change the 0 to a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you passed. You trained it quite well there. So when you look down in that first night, you notice a silhouette and you're like, and you get into like, you start to squint and then you have this feeling in your hands, and then it starts warming up into your head, into your mind. You kind of see that if you do something, you will get in trouble. So you say,
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Nah, I'm good there.
It's like I got a bad feeling about this. I'm just sitting back
Rosa
down.
Parks.
I'm just gonna keep check. I'm just gonna keep watch. I ain't gonna deal with whatever boogeyman is down there.
Keep watch on everything else besides that.
He's just standing there menacingly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whatever that thing is, I ain't dealing with that. Oh, hey, look, a bird.
That's a cloud.
It's a pretty
It's a
bird.
bird-shaped cloud.
Look at that cloud.
The cloud tries to kill you.
Actively trying to avoid looking down. Oh, look at the moon. It's
I
crushing shape.
sure as hell hope that like any of the future nights that I end up rolling beyond this until my character gets used to people just don't all end up being nat ones.
how
That'll just-
unlucky do we get off the bat that you get 2 fucking nat 1s?
I mean, technically speaking, as far as night rolls have gone for my persona, it has been 3 nat 1s and a 5.
I'm so scared for us in the future. I don't know how bad this could get.
We're going to, at this rate, we're going to end up having a boss battle with my character. With
Oh,
the
no.
nighttime
I'm
persona.
gonna have to fucking have to fucking suplex your character into sleep.
Potentially.
Eventually, we just have to lock you up in a fucking box, bro.
Yeah, probably.
Because the issue is that like it would essentially be a boss battle because my character does AoE damage.
And if you fight him
alright.
at night, well, seeing
No.
as you described him as a mink-ish person, you know, you have the moon.
No, if only if it's the full moon. That's the only time.
Yeah, only.
And it's only
But
half. It's half as
with this
effective.
luck,
Okay, yeah. If he gets a nat 20, and then the full moon, he's gonna get a buff, and we're so fucked.
I'm jumping in the water. I'd rather the ocean take me.
Jump off the fucking
I hate
ship.
to break it to you, but my character can channel lightning.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
the
but
ocean's
wow,
big enough.
bitch.
that's
Yeah,
yeah.
just take me in the ocean.
Swim away.
Swam.
I mean, if you swim far enough, since
yeah.
it's salt water, electricity doesn't conduct that well through salt water. So yeah,
Yep,
swim.
we're running.
I'm in danger.
And you can't swim. You need a fishman.
I'm
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
that was me. That was me. I'm
That
in
was-
danger.
Yeah,
I'm-
you're
No.
sitting at the cross nest, sitting in there. I'm in danger.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
It went like this. He looked at him, and then it was like,
There's my hockey sound.
yeah, that's it.
If anyone wants to potentially like during a like if Aaron, if you want to talk to someone during the day about your encounter before we go to the next island, or you can just keep it to yourself. Either one.
What do you want to do, Aaron?
Oh wait, what?
What do you want to do with that? Like with the information you got by seeing that weird silhouette? Do you want to tell
Probably want-
someone, or do you want to just?
Well, I was probably safe. I'll probably go to you, go to the cat and be like, so I did a thing.
Yeah.
So you know how I brought up how I could, like, how I use that ability during a battle?
You mean the thing that you can? That's like observation hockey.
Yeah, I kind of used that on the first night of watch. That night to watch. I saw something down below. It kind of triggered it. I don't know. I just knew that if I went down there, there's gonna be a lot of problems.
As you explain that to me, I say, okay, I'll tell Clyde that because he has next watch.
But good news is, I can use that ability.
But is it only when you're under stress?
Don't know yet. Probably gonna train it while I'm not on watch. If I can't train it.
I'm just hoping you're keeping away from the salt water because I don't want you trying that. Maybe that's probably what you saw.
I was up in the crow nest. I was nowhere near the water.
All right.
The puppet.
I just said, nope. I'm not dealing with that shit. I ain't up here.
It's like I think it's him talking about the sock puppet, but it's him seeing John's character menacingly walking around on the deck.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm like-
I forgot that Aaron's the character with the sock puppet from
Yeah.
PTSD.
Yeah.
Could have been
You
a sock
know-
puppet, but I've never seen him like that before, so I don't know that. I just knew if I went down, I was gonna have a bad time. I didn't want that.
I'm pretty sure even the sock puppet was like, no, don't go down there.
He was telling you, he's like, I don't like down there. Don't go down there.
Don't go to the sock puppet.
That is the mantra of the sock puppet appears. Don't do it, man.
Hey, don't do it. Don't do it.
I ain't
You and
doing it,
will-
man.
He's like, you and I will both die if you go down there.
Bro, yeah, I'm feeling it, man.
Yeah, just drink some more of that salt water.
And I'm not real.
I'm up in the crow's nest. Where in the world am I gonna get salt water?
Yeah.
Want me to just dive over?
I put it into your canteen.
Oh, no, don't. God damn it, no.
The sock puppet somehow put it in his canteen subconsciously.
He's gaslighting you. Don't do it.
Good old water.
All right. Let's move on. Let's get to our first part of the new island as we are all introduced once again back to Zekalum. And let me get the music ready. Sorry about this, everybody. I'm just
I feel like
trying.
I know what music's gonna be.
You know what what this kind of reminds me of?
What?
The anyone ever played the one like flash game called Feudalism, where it was kind of like a conquering /
Yeah,
army
I
management
played
type
a
game.
long time ago. I played the first and the second one.
Yeah, this like seeing just these buildings on essentially an island like this, it just as is reminds me
you
of
it.
just yeah.
I love that game. It was like playing Mountain Blade, but in 2D.
Yeah.
This should be that. And we turn Tim off. Sorry, I'm still setting up scene here, guys. Alright, so for the audience, I know there's a lot of sound right now, but we're almost here with the actual ambiance. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Welcome here, guys. Welcome to Zekalum.
I figured it was gonna be this.
Let me turn down the bots because they're pretty loud for me, so they're not too loud for everyone. All right, guys. So to describe what Zekalum is to all of you and to the audience, I hope you're listening. Zekalum is a Afrocentric and Asian-centric type of culture base. It is a mixture of building architectures that are made of sand, sandstone, and limestone. Created and started back when it was, whatever part of history it is for this. But for the audience, everyone who needs reference to this, think of it as old-time Egypt, India, and the Middle East. So a lot, and I mean a lot, of what the third world countries look like now is basically what you would describe this, with the special dome tops and very detailed building architecture, all made of like white stone or sandstone. The people live in both the rural and urban areas of the place. There is a slums because it is technically a kingdom with a monarchy. As we, of course, the prince of the as we are currently taking over, Mr. Xavier. We dock onto the nearest dock. The town that we are currently in, so everyone knows what we call it, it's called Khaledoun. It is the port. Khaledoun is the coastal city on the island, expanding out into the ocean, part of the island, the coast. It is the best place to live. It is the nearest cool breeze. This is Clyde talking. Welcome, guys, to my home city, Khaledoun.
Huh. This is an interesting town. I wonder what.
It's kind of hot and dry here, and me being a squid. That's
probably told you to bring water.
Yeah, I probably should have brought more than what I did, though.
The dockman comes over. Hey, you're parking here. That's what he says. He's like, he looks over. I'm like, okay, the fee. You want to pay?
How much is the fee?
1,000 belly. Easy, cheap.
Do we sign in anywhere?
Right here. He hands you a clipboard.
Oh, thank you. We got the belly ready?
Yeah, I got it. Here, give this to him. All right. And then I give him this as a tip, so tell him to make sure we're hush we're here, as I say there.
Just signing in. Here you go. And a little extra, just to let him know we're here, okay?
Oh, thank you. Very generous. He walks away.
I don't think he understood me.
He winked at you, Aaron. Did you not see it? I say to him.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right. Well, hey. At least for now, I guess we should be safe here. Cassandra and Clyde walk up, and Cassandra says, "All right, you folks, we're all here. We're gonna go ahead and set into ship for the time being, while you guys take care of Prince Xavier's business." And I tell her, June says, "All right, sounds good, Cassandra. We'll be back here hopefully pretty soon, so we can take care of this real quick. But we do have a bit of business here after reading a few of these posters, these wanted posters. But before we do that, I do need to start assigning people certain things over here. So as captain, guys, I need you guys to listen up. I need you to do a few things for me today. Aaron, I need you to observe the slums real quick. Take a look about where people are there and find if there's any suspicious activity there. Nilt and Siri and Aquatics, I need you three to go with Prince Xavier and escort him back to the palace. But make sure you're hiding and staying moisturized, the two of you.
Okay.
Don't worry, Captain. I got some oils for that.
And while you're here, Nell, take a look and seeing about the spices and the food culture. You might learn a thing or two.
Oh, I've been keeping an eye out.
All right.
Just a blink.
Nothing more to get Nilt excited than food.
Well, I'm the one who's excited, Aaron. I can't wait to try what they have here.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at those peppers.
Those look fresh. All right, and I'm pretty sure that remembered hearing a library situation that Zod wanted to go do, so I think Xavier will take you. So looks like the 5 of you, and I believe Doctor's coming along, will be heading over to the library real quick. Xavier says, yes, I will take them there, so they have access to our knowledge as a token
Library,
and a
yes.
favor. The Doctor's going with you guys, okay? All right, and me and Joshi are gonna go look for some people. So we'll get back to you as soon as we figure out what we're looking for.
Alright.
Everybody understand their assignments?
Yes, Captain.
I got you.
All right. We'll see you guys hopefully within the next few hours. And if we're not all back here, well, we'll figure out what to do then. I'm not responsible for anything. So nobody break anything. Just because I have the money does not mean you break something. Thank you. All right. Oh, and don't forget your hoods. Don't let anyone see your face.
No. Yes. Gotcha.
I didn't forget mine.
Aaron puts his up. Just there we go.
Put mine up too. All right, Joshi, let's go.
Try to hide the burn scar a little bit.
All right. So, into our first story interaction. We are here, guys, with Aaron. Aaron takes a walk around in the slums. As he walks around in the slums, he hears a few gunshots off in the distance.
Ooh. No, that's. I guess I go check that out.
As he goes to investigate, he notices that there's a local shooting contest happening in the little area.
Oh.
Step right up. If you can shoot this can, I'll give you 1,000 bellies.
I'm gonna make up for the docking here.
He notices you and says, "You, sir, can aim a gun. Can you aim with this gun?" And he's holding this like really shitty like old wooden flintlock pistol.
Now, what is that pistol?
Why, it's the good old Flintlock 2000.
Coming behind on their age.
Oh, let me see if we get this off here. Let's see, 6. Okay, so he gets a -3 in trying to convince you on that it's the Flintlock 2000. It's actually the Flintlock -1000.
Pretty sure I know the difference between the two.
He's like, oh, wrong gun. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry. He opens his coat that he has on, pulls out an actual gun, and says, "Here, if you can shoot that target," and he points towards the second floor building, and you can see there's a pot with a little plant in it. He asks you, if you can shoot that pot with this gun, I'll give you 2,500 belly.
I do need to work on my shot a little bit more. I've turned down a kind of practice.
Okay.
Is there an entry fee or do I?
Nope. I feel like you can do it.
Okay. I guess I'll take a shot.
Okay.
Want me to roll?
If you like to.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so you aim at the pot on the second floor. The pot then is destroyed, which then you scare someone on the second floor. As that happens, you see two people come out, and it's a woman who's naked and a man who's naked, looking down, wondering about what the hell happened. She screams.
Oh dear.
And yells, "What are you doing?" And notices the guy next to you, which is actually her husband.
Oh.
And he yells,
I don't know.
"You skate, bitch!"
What did I just get myself into? I kind of just hold it like, hey, he wanted me to shoot. He offered me money.
He's like, "Here's a tip." He gives you 3,500, and he goes over. "Now I know you're a cheating bitch. I'm coming down here before I beat the shit out of you." And he's like continuing to yell and pester them.
You want your gun?
He's waving his arm.
He's moving his arms around. He's like, "No, you can keep it. Whatever. I don't give a shit about it. It was a dud anyway."
Oh, thanks. I'm just gonna stick this in. Yeah.
Good.
Stick the belly inside. Nope.
Okay. She's after that happens, someone behind you notices that you did that. She says, "Hey, you're a good shot. You mind helping me out a little bit?"
What's the problem?
Well, I'm looking for someone who has good aim and someone who's able and capable. As she scans you up and down, who's capable of doing the job that I need.
It sounds almost like you're asking for a bounty hunter.
Not exactly. It's a little more fun if you know how to tomb raid a little bit. She winks at you.
I would need a little bit more detail of what we're doing.
Well, I hope you don't have a gutter in your mind. Come on,
No,
follow me.
I just need details on the job. Last person I went with that didn't go so well.
So she asks you to follow her.
Lead on.
As you guys walk through the market of busy people, she says and introduces to you, "My name is Serena. Yours?"
I'm
Gonna make something up.
call me Matt.
Matt?
Yeah.
Okay, Matt. So, let me detail you a little bit about what I need help with.
Alright.
As she does that, she pulls out a dagger that looks like it's been encrusted with jewels on it. Like there's one big ruby, and around it it's like little bit of gold on it. Next to the ruby is the length of the knife that goes about 3 inches out. On the back, on the handle, you see there's a little hole at the back where the hilt would be. He says, "Oh, this? I have 2 of these." She pulls out the other one. And as you both are walking towards this little market area, you see an open little area where there's a crate and there's a tree. She says, "Here, watch this." She prepares. She pulls out her ribbons on her body, ties them to the ends of the dagger. She begins to twirl one on her left and throws it up in the tree. The dagger ties itself onto the branch, and she swings herself, and she spins the next one for her other dagger, and it's all right, but it still makes it. She goes for it. It climbs even higher on top of the tree, and then as she gets to the very top, she takes both her daggers stabs a tree on the branch, and rides down on her daggers with the ribbons back to the ground while swinging, and does a flip. She does 3 backflips and lands on her feet. Ta-da!
Just applaud. It's just clapping. Oh, it's cool.
Thank
Ooh.
you.
That must have taken a while to
capable
do.
of moving. Oh, yeah. Took me years to train that. It was a trick my dad taught me.
Sounds like he knew a lot. Or he knows a lot.
He does. And as she pulls down the knives, she puts both ribbons onto one knife. So watch this. As she spins it around, you see her just toss it. It flies towards an apple, stabs it, and she pulls it back and begins to eat the apple. The guy in the back says, "Oh, it's you! No, you're fine. I'm not gonna charge you for that."
Is it me or is he just afraid of you?
He owed me for a job I did for him a while ago.
Oh.
She says, as she bites the apple, "Anyway, here, follow me. I need to take you to the orphanage."
Alright.
She leads you
Okay,
towards an
whatever.
orphanage. The orphanage is somewhat in the middle of the slums. It's a rundown sand-like building with wood starting to rot away. The color is sandstone. There's no fence around this building. You can just see children playing out in the front courtyard with the dead grass and the sand. One of the kids is holding a shovel, and the other kid is holding a bucket. A pail. The girl says to you, "This is my orphanage."
It's been here for a while, hasn't it? At least it looks like it has.
Well, my boyfriend and I opened this a while ago, but it's really difficult for us to keep up with. The funds have been difficult since, well, the changes. You see, Matt?
Yeah.
You see, Matt, this town wasn't like this before. The entire island at the very least was ruled by a different family before this hand.
Honestly, that sounds like my home.
Mind me asking where you're from?
It's an island named Serenity.
Where's
It
that
was-
at?
It's... Well, what was it? Where did we sell from?
What is it?
Which way would it be?
It's an East Blue.
It's off in the East Blue. Traveled quite a way from home.
Oh wow, you're far from home. What are you doing out here all the way in Zekalum?
After what happened at home, I kind of felt like I needed to get away for a while.
Okay. Well, it seems like you're more capable than I thought, so I believe I can trust you with this. She walks up to you and says, "You see, there's a whole buried treasure that was buried thousands of years ago, but no one has opened it, but I know how to get inside. So I need someone's help to go in there and grab the treasure.
Really?
Are you up for the task?"
Guessing you're gonna use what you find for hair?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I can help.
All right. I appreciate you very much. Are you ready to go? All
Yeah, just tell me. Let me know where we're going.
right, come on, let's go. She pulls your
Uh-huh.
arm and you start running away.
Uh,
All right, scene switch. We're gonna be back into. We're currently Drashi and June are. Drashi and June are in the market area, center of town. We look around and we see a bunch of people just kind of minding their business. I look to Drashi and say, Okay, so how do you begin looking for people exactly?
Well, usually it, you go to places where there's lots of people, like for instance a tavern, and scope it out, see who comes and goes, and if you can get information from people that that are in the area and may know something. So,
Okay.
I,
Oh, look, right there. There's a building right there. If you look at this building, it looks like a 2-story building. Above the first floor sign, it is in weird scratch in the weird scratch language, but you can kind of make out a few letters. And I read it and I say, hookah bar. Huh? What's a hookah?
recreation.
Is it like the stuff back at home for me? Because we have
Oh, I-
recreational use things, but they're mushrooms.
Oh boy.
Do you want to look in there?
Well, does it look like a popular establishment?
You can see that there's at least maybe 3 people in line as they're trying to get into the building. Like there's a queue.
Okay. I suppose we could, and then depending on who's immediately in front of us in line, if they look like a person who'd be into talking.
Okay. All right, let's go. We get in line. I'm gonna roll notice if I notice anything about this guy. I don't notice anything about the dude in front of us that's particular about him, so if you want to roll something, you can do that. I'm very noobish about this type of stuff. And
get
you
much
don't, you don't notice anything about this guy in front of us. He's just a normal looking dude to us. I look back at you and I whisper, so should we ask him something?
Oh, you're the outgoing type.
You want me to ask him?
Well, if the cheerful stranger is not something that he ends up talking to very openly, then I suppose I'll talk to him.
Got it. I look at the dude. I point at his back. Excuse me. Yeah, hi. We're new here. What is this place? He looks at me and says, huh? Have you never been here before, kid? I look at him. Well, I don't know what a hookah is. He's like, he looks at me and says, you gotta be kidding me, right? You look like you've been around with what you're wearing. And he's like, oh, well, yeah, but it's also hot. So, to be fair, I've never really been here before. He looks at it and says, oh, you're funny, kid. Hey, who is this behind you? Is this one of your friends? I'm like, he's one of my associates. Yeah, we're just trying to figure out what's going on here. What is this place? He didn't really tell me what it is. He says it's for recreational use. He says, the guy replies, well, let me bring you guys in with me. You sit with me at the table and we'll talk a little bit. I look at Joshi, I look at him with a thumbs up and a smile.
Very dumb, like looking.
Yeah, it's like a very stupid, dumbass look. Like, we got it. So we go inside, and in the building, we can have this very strong smell of nicotine. It's just in the room. There's like different pods and areas in their tables and chairs and couches. He's like, "Here, follow me, you two." So he leads us over to the corner of the build, to where one of the places are. He has two buddies there already waiting for him, and he's like, "Hey fellas, I met these two in line. They're new to the hookah place. How about you introduce yourselves to have a bit of fun?" So he points at both of us. "My name is Juan." And this is Drashi.
Huh?
They look at me like, "Nice to meet you, Juan and Drashi. Welcome to the hookah bar." So that was guy number 2. Number 3 is like, he's just like high out of his mind, and he's like, "Dude, look at the stars in the sky." And number 2 is like, "Hey, pay attention, dumbass!" And he bonks him in the head. "Whoa, hey, there's more stars in the sky." The guy from the line says, "Oh, these two idiots. Anyway, what are you looking for something? Like, what brings you here in town?" I look at him and say, "Oh, we're looking for a little bit of a problem here." And he's like, "What kind of problem are you talking about?" I say, "Joshy, pull out the poster."
Well, so as far as the poster goes, it would be a wanted poster for who?
It is for a guy named, let me see here. I have it here. Giovanni della Rosa.
Alright, so Drashi will step up, show the wanted poster, and be like, "We're looking for information on this guy."
The guy that's in the line looks at the picture and says, "Ooh. Yeah, I don't know about him." And then the second dude is like, "Giovanni the who?" And the dude who's high is like, he's just like out of it, like he's really fucked up. Fucking, he hit the bong too hard. Yeah, he's just really out of it. And then the guy number 2 is like, "Wake up!" and slaps him in the face. He's like, "Oh, Giovanni, you're looking for him?"
Yeah.
So Giovanni is a bad guy, I think. I don't remember. The second guy's like, "Why did you hit that hookah so goddamn hard?" He's like, "What hookah?" He's like, "God damn it, you two. Why do you have to be like this on the weekends?" The second guy looks at him. "Well, you know, the work has been stressful, and, you know, Giovanni isn't being too nice." And then he shuts himself up, covers his mouth up. And he's like, "Oh, you done it now." It's like, I didn't want to say it, but, you know, we kind of just slipped out. And then the guy who was in line with us pretty much bonks him with his hand, with his fist from above, and then, you know, like a hand on top of his head, you know, bonk. Yep, there you go, perfect, thank you. And he's like spinning around like a cartoon, and the guy next to him who's high looks over and he's, "Oh look, he has stars above his head too."
What is this Three Stooges ass?
He's like, okay, fine. You guys seem like you're okay. Just don't do anything stupid, okay? We kind of have to keep this low key. The guy from the line says that. So you see, Giovanni is a bit of a criminal mind around here. He's not the only one, but he is one of the more well-known ones, and we didn't think the Marines would care, to find him. So, I would say the best way to find him is if you go out to the left, the market, you'll see a little shop. In the shop, you'll see an old man. Ask him about Giovanni, and then he'll probably set it up for you. Sound good to you?
Yeah.
Alright. You guys want to hit before you go? I look at Joshy.
My character saying nothing. He just gives you a little bit of a slightly concerned look, but you're not sure if you can quite make it out.
I'm gonna roll a will check if I can trust it. Okay.
You are very open, apparently.
I'm like, ooh, cultural exchanges. So I take a hit of the hookah and go.
Got high.
And I'm like, all right, Joshy, let's go. And I try to stand up, and I like melt down and go right back on the ground.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that my character just sits and essentially stands there, watches you flop. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
And the scene fades. We're moving on to the next scene. Okay, so it's Xavier, Nilt, the Doctor, Aquatics, and Siri, and Zod are heading towards the library. Xavier says, as they walk into the library, he says, "This is my ID, and I'm still part of the royal family. Can you please give access to these guests to the archives and our knowledge?" And the librarian says, "Why, Your Majesty, welcome back. I didn't know. We thought you were gone." He says, "I understand, but for now, please, just allow these folks to come in. Right away. Please, follow me." Xavier says to Zod, "Please enjoy our selection, and I hope you learn something from here."
Oh, I will take my time. Say, do you have a section where you might have, I don't know, schematics, blueprints?
Ah, the Technological Blueprints and Schematics Library. Down by H-7.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
As I immediately run and leave everybody behind.
The doctor's just walking behind you, and as you run towards that, the doctor notices a seminar nearby that is being taught about medications and the certain flora and ingredients around this island. So he decides to go on his own while you go into the archives section. In the archives section, you notice that there is this is a library that is themed in the Middle East. So folks, if you have imagination, use it. It's a sandstone building. There's books all the way at the top edges of the wall, and they go out. The library's actual main building goes up to at least 3 stories high. Since this is all they could afford there. Where Zod is heading towards is the back area, which is where most of the city's archive is located at, which is a 5-story tall of shelves ranging from alphabetical order, going from front to back.
So I'm just thinking like the Great Library from Avatar.
Yeah, in a sense, kind of like
Yeah,
that,
that's
but
what
not
I was
that
saying.
scale though. Like not that big,
Yeah.
but it's big,
Yeah,
right? Mhm.
but some aesthetics. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Holy
imagining.
mother of God.
Honestly.
Zod has a
I'm
Overload.
basically more
Absolutely
concerned if
cream
the
myself.
doctor ends up trying to infuse whatever the hell's in a hookah with whatever the hell he decides to put in the sugar cubes.
Hmm.
No. Well, the doctor's at the seminar right now, so you might learn something by the time he's back.
Because I swear, if he ends up doing that, we ain't gonna have June for a while. He gonna be in the class.
As you walk into the archive area, you notice a person's already at the schematics library. He looks at you and says, "Who are you?"
Oh, hello. You can call me Sod.
Zod, what are you interested here for in these archives?
I was just looking to see if you had anything regarding weapons, maybe some sort of gadgets.
Oh, weaponry. Well, if you're looking for ballistics, you're talking to the right person. I am a ballistics expert.
Oh, well, that seems to be perfect.
In fact, I have the knowledge of all the weapons on the island. I'm just here currently dusting off the schematic for as he opens up the scroll. Why is this in this section? Who thought this was a good idea? And he turns it over and shows it to you. It's a schematic for a bidet, but it shoots really high water pressure up your ass.
Oh.
I'm surprised they put a dildo schematic in there.
It's like, why is it in the weapon section? And one of the attendants says, "It's classified as a weapon, sir." How is this classified as a weapon? Put it in the right
It killed the
spot.
last person it was used on.
I guess if you really wanted to, you could hide something in there.
It's a water bidet. Whatever. Put this over there, please. I don't want this here. God damn it. Anyway. Come on. Oh, what's that? He notices your gun on your back.
Ah, this. This is my shotgun.
Can I see it?
Sure, pleasure. Here, you can examine it. You can open it.
As he looks at it, it is fascinating. A 5-chambered weapon. It looks so unique and primitive, yet it's so interesting. How does this function?
So, to put it basically, I can load any type of round that I want into each chamber. And if I wanted, I could either shoot each chamber individually or shoot all at once.
Oh, functional fire rate in a shotgun. How marvelous! I've never heard of it before. Huh.
Yeah, although doing the 5-shot at once is not a very good idea since the recoil will most likely send me flying back.
I would concur with that. Huh.
But hey, more firepower.
Or, I have another idea. You see, I'm back here because I wanted to find an archived schematic that has to do with a specific dart shooting weapon.
Dart shooting weapon.
Indeed. Well, you see, and he shows you. So this is how this guy looks. This guy looks like he's a bit of a short, dark skin tone character. He has a his left sleeve he doesn't have a left arm. You can see that there's like a stub that's kind of there in the left. but then like his shirt's kind of flopping down where it goes down to where his hand would be. His right arm is there, but you can see that it's a bit wrinkly, like it's as if it was life force was taken out of it. On his belt, you can see that he has like these syringe-looking items that have a fluid within them. He says to you, I'm looking for something that will allow me to pretty much administer a consistent remedy that I have for my disease. I'm only alive because of this solution. So he pops one out, stabs his leg with it like it's an EpiPen, and as soon as he stabs it, it goes right into his body rejuvenates back to a normal skin tone, he gains 2 feet in height, and then part of his left arm comes back.
Whoa, what is wrong with you?
I wish I knew myself. It seems like a weird disease, but I've never had this. This has been with me since I was born, so trust me, you'll get used to seeing me like this. Anyway, regardless of that, I'm trying to find something that will help our community with this. So, let's see. Sniper, no. He's scrolling through the schematics. Find a specific weapon here. The dart administrating. Yeah, there we go. He pulls it out of the bookshelf. He opens up the scroll. Here, take a look at this. He shows you a schematic for a weapon that is similar to what it'd be like a dart gun. There's a syringe in the middle. There's a schematic that tells you what you need to make it and how to shape the chamber and how to place everything to be calibrated correctly. You see this item here? My dad used to use this on me when I was a kid. When I went out to play and I forgot to put my syringes, he would aim it and shoot it at my butt.
Huh?
Oh.
Well, I guess he cared enough.
Of course, my dad was very loving. He was one of the best alchemists in the island. What?
You alive?
He's like, well, was until he passed away about 3 years ago.
Oh no, what happened?
It was during the Civil War. He sacrificed himself for me to live.
He protected you.
He starts to look down and like his eyes begin to tear up. You can feel that he's, starting to begin to cry, and he's like, I don't want to disappoint him. That he left me, and I feel so bad that he had to sacrifice himself for me. So that's why I'm here today, to figure out how to save other people.
Oh, that's a good thing. Maybe I can help.
He looks at you and says, really?
Yeah, sure. I like building. Let me see the schematic.
Sure. He hands you the schematic. And he looks for another schematic that he's trying to make some other weapon with it. Look at this. It's a grenade. In the schematic, it's a grenade that has a fluid inside of it. If it blows up, it has a healing property.
Oh, interesting. A healing grenade.
Yeah. I think he looks at you and says, I think we took this one personally from Germa 66 without them knowing. But hey, now we have it. You can see in the bottom right of the schematic, it's the face of Sanji's dad. Like, he's like, it's his work. So, like, they clearly stole it.
Well, it's really interesting. Maybe I could even use this myself.
He says, oh, that's right. I forgot to introduce myself. My name's a cream. Or, as my dad would say, a cream.
A cream. Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Zod, you said, right?
Correct.
Nice to meet you too.
Hey, wait.
Toby, you're not here. You're with the others.
Oh, sorry.
You're with the fishermen. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Remember, you're sticking with the
Ignore-
fishermen.
Ignore the random boys that came out of nowhere.
It was just some random passerby.
He says, "All right, since you're the only person who's gonna help me, I want to show you something cool. Follow me. I have a lab at the university."
Oh, perfect.
Yep. And then as he says that, you see the doctor is being kicked out of the seminar, and he's like, "Hey guys, I learned a few things."
What did you do?
Like, oh, I'll tell you later. Otherwise, who's this little guy?
Name is Zekalum. I'm going to help him build something. You want to come with?
Why not? They love me in there, but I can't stay forever.
Doesn't look like that, but whatever.
You guys follow Cream to his lab, and the scene changes. Next scene, we get to Nilt, Theory, Xavier, and Aquatics. You guys are out in the not the night market. It's not necessarily the night market, but it would be the night market if it was in the area. It's basically a bunch of food stands. Everything is
market.
It's the 787 market, the night market. The smells, as you hear the sizzling around you, you smell of rosemary, thyme, cumin, the meat, it sizzles on the grill, the rice, it cooks, and it brings the fresh air of its steaming flavors into the sky. Siri immediately reacts and goes and gets some food. Xavier says, "Welcome to our 787 market."
God damn it.
It's our cultural exchange here. We share lots of flavors and foods, and especially this one. He says, "One, please." He gets it. The man prepares it. He starts cutting the meat off of the spinning metal rod. He cuts it off. He puts a simple bread with a bit of toasting on it. It's not a regular toast. It's like a round. To what listeners would think of, it's pretty much naan bread with kebab. He puts a white sauce on top of the meat and the bit on the naan bread. Hands it to him, and he says, "Oh, don't forget the sauces." He gets the sauces. He puts it all together, takes a bite. The juices, it just tastes amazing. The juice of the meat is tender, beautifully cooked. And he says, "No, here, try it." He hands you a plate.
Huh.
The taste, the flavor, tenderness of the lamb. It tastes amazing, as if it was been cooking over a fire for hours. There's a light taste of a roasted barbecue flavor to it. And then the sauces add a whole other dimension of flavor of unsavory and a hint of spice. With the, what is this, Greek yogurt? To add a freshness to the last of the bite.
Very nice.
You just see Siri like holding like a bunch of kebabs in her hand. She's just eating them all at once.
Good lord.
He looks at you and says, "I don't want to offer anything you're not comfortable with," but he looks over and sees like there's like this little sand, and they're making takoyaki because it's one of those exchange places.
Wait.
So he's like, "Here, you want to try one of these?"
With pleasure.
He's like, "Oh, I didn't know you're like that."
As a chef, always have to be open to trying at least everything. What?
He looks at Aquatics. Do you want to try this too?
Your family.
Sure. Everyone else seems to really enjoy it.
As you all take a bite into it, it's really hot. It's very doughy, very hot. Kind of, if you're not careful, it'll burn your tongue. So be careful.
I blow on the food before eating it to cool it off.
He looks at you and says, "I was like, do you know what you're eating?"
No.
And he's like, "Okay, well, it doesn't hurt to try. Go ahead, go for it." So you
And I take a
all
bite of it.
take a bite of it, and you take a bite of the ball. The soy sauce on the ball is sweet, savory, and then as you bite into it more, it's doughy and like very hot because it's like a ball of heat. As you bite part of it, you see in the core there's a bit of meat in there. Do you guys notice the meat? You can roll notice if you want.
Oh. I already know.
Yeah, I already noticed it in there.
Do you know what it is? Xavier says.
Not quite.
Looks like octopus or
What?
Octopus or squid. And then
I spit everything out. Oh my god.
Xavier starts laughing. I can't believe you didn't know what that was.
I thought it was lamb.
no, the last one was lamb. I think it,
Oh my god. I can't believe you made me cannibalize my people.
Hey,
this was most likely not actual fishman.
Oh, well, that's not... that's only a slightly better.
Xavier's like,
don't-
I'll take 2 of those. Just
fine
throws
if
them in her
you're not
mouth.
It's not you're not interested. I know some fishermen aren't, but I myself have been a fisher. Been what was it? I myself been on a fishing boat and had to work for a little bit as a fisherman myself. Eating fishes and fish are different things like that. It hasn't been exactly a problem for me.
I decide
Aquatics
to
is crying.
eat one of the non...
The
the non...
the non-bread. Yeah,
the non...
with the lamb.
No,
yeah.
the non-squid foods.
Oh, okay, okay. There's lots of different
The other
foods around
meats
here.
that are available.
You just hear everyone saying, to come over to my stall. You see a guy call over for like meat on a stick. He's like, got plenty of these if anyone wants one. We're giving 1 sample to each person. He noticed in Siri. Not you though, you took way too many.
And I take a free sample.
She's trying to reach out for the other one.
Yeah. And he's like spraying water. Shoo, back off. No more. So you try the kebab, on like the meat on the stick. The steak actually has marinated veggies on there, so bell peppers and like chunks of onion that were grilled on a grill. So you take a bite, it crunches, the meat blows up in your mouth with the juices and the crunchiness of the onion and the bell pepper. As you guys progressively take it off the kebab, crunch, the combinations of spices, it's just moisturizing. It's like, it's really refreshing. The guy says, who's making the kebab says, here, dip it in this, and it's like it's a cup of white cream, like a little sample cup. Do you guys choose to put it on there?
Of course.
Yes.
As you put it onto your kebab, the kebab has the flavors of the Greek yogurt, of fresh goat cheese and Greek yogurt, just combining it to add a contrast, cool taste from the hot, sizzling juiciness of the meat.
That's Taylor.
He says, my special ingredient is using a bit of curry powder in this.
Ah, very good.
Very good.
And to marinate it the night before in Greek yogurt. It helps break down the proteins of the meat. Why it's super tender and it melts.
Ah, I've heard of similar techniques with different things.
Xavier
Usually with
says.
vinegars.
Xavier says, and that's our food culture here. We have plenty more foods if you want to try them. As he says that, you hear off in the distance. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sign-ups for the cooking competition has begun. Ooh, the cooking contest.
Do we have a time for a detour?
Xavier says, well, you made some good curry. I don't see why not. Let's go over it.
All right.
So as we head on over, the scene cuts away. Since we're not doing that just yet today, we're gonna do one last scene for Aaron's part. So here we go. Aaron, you guys have now arrived to the temple. Let me change the background music now.
Yeah.
Yep, it's time to stop this. Okay, and no more C. All right, and then keep it eerie for now. So we make it to the desert temple. It's somewhat near about the northern part here in this ping. I'm about to ping it for you guys out here. It's right about here, right on the outskirts of the town. The desert temple is known from within its city. An abandoned location. Only a handful of people visit there just to see if they could find something. But today, Aaron and Serena decided to go in on their own venture. They begin in this area here. She turns to Aaron and says, all right, so we're here, but the thing is, well, it's dark. I think I forgot my matches. Do you have anything we can use?
Let me check. I've got my pistol. Got the money on one. The other pistol.
Well,
Don't-
let's see here if I have anything. Ah, here we go. Have this flare. You can use this. She turns it on and she chucks it out. Let me get my tool here. I have to do this. Flies out and gives a bit of lights in front of us down here and right over here. So now we can see a little bit better. Okay, so I heard there's treasure in here at least.
Ain't gonna be no like cursed treasure, is it?
Oh, I've heard of those type of things before, but the only thing I know of is treasure. Don't really know about curse stuff.
More than likely.
She points over here and says, "Hey, look at this. There's like a an unlit torch. Maybe if you shoot at it, you could probably light it up."
Yeah, I can try shooting it, yeah. Well, let's see if I... Yeah, boy.
Reveals this area here. There's a light. It is now lit up in this area. She says, look, do you see that over there?
Almost like a platform.
Looks like we might have to get over there somehow.
Pretty sure it's just not going to be as easy as walking over there.
Let's try this. She readies her rope and woo, swings. All right.
Yeah.
Can you jump these type of jumps?
I can always give it a shot.
That is a no.
That is
Okay.
a no.
You jump and you fall down, but hey, at least you notice there's gold to your left.
Oh, hey. Looky here.
Oh hey, some gold.
You don't have a bag with you, do you?
She tosses the bag down.
Oh, nice. Just feeling the gold.
There's just gold laying down in the entrance.
Yep.
I don't question it.
She goes for a nice double swing, yeah, right across to this area, and she just decides to go for a jump here. She's like, whoa, ooh, almost there. Her athletics is good enough, and she's gonna just jump over. Ta-da!
I mean, that's...
You collect about like 200 gold. That's like, you know, worthy to bring back.
All right. I'm just gonna tie that to my waist.
He's like, come here, I'll drop my rope down. You just grab up and I'll pull you up.
Ain't it even safe to walk over there?
She throws a rock into the sand and it sits there on top of the sand, not moving. Yeah, it looks like it's fine.
I'm gonna... Yeah.
She drops the rope down. Come on, climb up.
I go. Do I need to roll or just go?
No, you're fine.
Yoink.
All right. So, looks like we just have to jump over these to get to that one spot over there.
Jumping. I said I was an okay shot. Never said I was good at jumping.
She does a one jump, does a front flip, and lands it. She really has the acrobatics to be doing this, doesn't she?
Don't let me down.
You just do normal jumps across, so you're fine. You make it through.
Oh.
All right, let me reveal this area. And right here, she said it goes up. She runs across. Oops. And we're at the top.
There's a chest.
You have anything we can open this with? If you have, you want to shoot the fucking chest open? Okay.
I could try to shoot the lock.
She says, I don't think it's a good idea. Look at the lock type.
Nah, it's not really the one I'm usually used to shooting. I can see. What would...
It'd be burglary if you want to try it.
Oh dear. Don't let me down!
That's a negative.
No. You try to open the chest with your skills of burglary, but it's not on par enough to do so.
You wouldn't happen to have a key just randomly on you, do you?
No, but I do have my knives. You want to try opening it with those?
We could.
She presses a button on the knife and it begins to shift into like this straight one straight with like one little pin inside of at the end of it.
I'm sorry, what did you just do?
Oh, it's one of these activatable features. My boyfriend Zed made this knife for me, but he never told me how it worked. Here. She hands you the knife that has a little edging at the end of it. So your burglary has a +2 with that now if you want to try that again.
I guess I can give it another shot.
Awesome. As soon as you literally stick it in, it's like you just broke it open and it just unlocked. And she's like, "How did you manage to do that?"
I don't know. I'm not really good at picking locks. It's almost like this thing did it for me. Here you go.
It's like a moan as soon as you put it inside.
Oh,
Oh no! And it opens up.
Here's your dagger back.
Thank you. Inside, you can see this little golden statue.
Well, that would get you a hefty price.
The golden statue has little rubies encrypted inside of it on its eyes and on its back. You can kind of tell the shape is actually like a spider. It's like, is that a spider?
I wonder if I can roll notice to see if there's like anything hidden about box before I put my hands in it.
Okay. Do it. Well, all you really see is that the statue is just made of pure gold with the rubies on it, and there's nothing in the actual chest. So,
Guess I'm gonna grab it. Alright.
you do notice though on the statue that there's actually a writing on the statue on the bottom part of the spider.
Can you make this writing out?
She looks
On
at
the
it and
bottom?
reads it. She says, it says to aim down 3 posts and find the treasure you want the most. Huh.
About
Wait.
the 3 that we just jumped across?
No, look, over here, Aaron. She kind of points it out as she points it towards you down below us. All this area down here. 3 posts are right here. It was revealed to us.
Okay, so shoot 3 posts and you get the treasure you want most?
Mm-hmm. As you say that, you see that there's like these special little targets popping up on the posts. It's like as if the spider in your hand gives you vision of specific targets where to hit in order to activate it.
I wonder if I have to shoot them all at once, or do I just have to hit them?
There's one on the side here, one on the very top here, and one on this side here. This is the very
That's
top
awesome.
on that one.
There's no way for me to curve a bullet to do that.
She says, I don't think you have to curve anything here. I think you just have to
No.
shoot those things.
Yeah. Alright. And I just cleaned this thing too.
So the first
What a
one you
shot.
can shoot easily. The back furthest one is you're gonna have to roll.
Okay. So it's just one roll?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn.
As you shoot, boom, boom. Oh, I have the fucking sound effect. What am I doing? You hear 3 dinks, and you hear a door open. But as you hear the door open, sand begins to fill into the room. The door's over here that opens. Like boom. And as the sand begins to fill, we disturb a presence. You can feel, roll a will check. See if you can feel this.
Oh dear. Dear oh me.
Nope, you don't feel you don't feel it, but you can kind of understand there's a bit of an issue going on in here. As the room fills with sand, in the corner to your left, the shadows begin to lift up, and you see something horrible coming out of the rocks.
Oh god, if I swear it's
Oh God.
I'm gonna guess this is probably a giant spider.
It's a giant spider. Aaron, run to the door. She jumps down.
Hit. Hurt. Running.
You just dash all the way across like Jesus Christ. And as the sand fills up, the door behind you closed. And you're both now inside the treasure room.
Okay, so one good thing. We found your treasure. Number two, we're trapped by a giant spider.
I'm aware of that. But look at all the gold in here. Look at all the jewels.
What about this middle thing here?
That's like a scarab. I don't know if you guys could notice the texture that I used for it.
What did you use for it?
Is that from Terraria?
No, it's from Minecraft.
Looks like one of the items.
It's the
It's a
Atum.
totem.
It's the Atum scarab beetle for the portal to activate it. That's the fucking thing that I used for it.
How are we supposed to get all this back?
Well, first she grabs the scarab.
So you should be touched it. Okay.
As soon as she touches it, she puts it in her inventory, but she starts to notice that the treasure around her starts to give an ominous feeling to it. Like she shouldn't touch it. She says to you, I don't think we should touch this stuff. It doesn't feel right.
Well, I've already took a bag full of it from the entryway.
She looks at the bag in your hand that you had with the gold and says, it looks like that stuff is fine, but the one in here, it seems like it's angry at us. Not
Almost
to
like
touch
it's
it.
been cursed.
I think it might be cursed. You might be right. Oh,
I mean, how much can you do with the gold that's sitting out there?
well, what we got here can give us quite a bit, so I can't complain, but look at all these diamonds and jewels. Man, maybe the scarab will be something useful. Here, you want to look at it?
I'll roll another notice. See if I just. What if I can roll? What would rolling if I could roll mantra with it, what would that do?
It doesn't give you that much future sight just yet exactly. Mantra just tells you like moments in combat, not really like in real life.
Let's see how fun I can have. Yeah, I'll see it. Let me look at it.
She hands you the scarab.
You die.
Whoa.
You notice on the scarab that it begins to glow and it starts pointing to a direction to the right here.
Do you seeing the pointing? Or am I only the one seeing the pointing?
I see it. What is it?
Let's go check it out. There's something over here.
It looks like. Huh.
I'm gonna go around the gold here. Don't want to disturb the gold.
On the
Shit.
wall, you see there's a shape of a scarab.
I'll place the scarab into that spot.
Okay. You place the scarab into the spot. A door opens.
Oh, thank God.
Door.
We don't have to go to the spider. Thank God.
The door opens, but you see that it looks like it just goes down a hallway.
Oh boy. Guessing the hallway is dark as hell.
Yep.
We don't have a torch.
Well, we guess there's no other out. There's no other way out. I don't want to die in here.
Yeah, no. Just be ready for anything.
All right.
I'll take lead.
I'll be right behind you. You walk into you walk into the little hallway. As you walk into the hallway, roll notice.
Oh dear.
Great.
You notice it as soon as you walk, even though you notice it, it's too late, and the floor below you opens. And you fall into a slide.
The anime scene, he
Yep.
just looks down, just looks back up, floating in the air. God damn it.
And then you go down a slide.
God damn it!
And that is that part for your scene, and we're gonna switch it up tomorrow for everybody else. So we've gotten a lot done today. I think we streamed for, let's see here, yeah, 2 hours. Okay, that's enough for today, guys. So that is for today's session number 4 in our adventure. Where we left off, Aaron will be basically heading off to this next part of his puzzle. I am currently a bit high, but we're heading towards the next location with Joshi. Zod is heading towards the university, and Nilt's group with Xavier and Siri are about to enter a cooking contest. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream and the storytelling. We'll be back again next week for more fun. Got some more stuff
I'm
planned out.
so wholeheartedly expecting to still have to fight the spider some point.
We'll see. It could be that or worse, so we don't know what it is yet.
Both.
I would.
20 spiders.
It sounds horrible. But thank you
Having
guys for
crab
watching.
flashbacks.
Fusing into one spider.
Oh no! It all culminates to one singular spider. All right, guys. I'll see you guys.